exercise. The next one is one I've never seen him do, and that's crescendo on one note. So he's got 4 whole notes here. And the first one we play piano to pianissimo to piano. The second one, piano to mezzo forte. Maybe you notice sometimes the French, like many of the French composers and musicians, don't use mezzo piano. You just leave it out. And then the third one is so you're again as strong as you get to one note and stop. That's exactly the speed you help. And I've just been thinking how helpful that is. There's lots of melodies. One of my favorites is the slow movement of the Bruno Petit Symphony, where there's lots of places to breathe. Bruno wrote it for Tafanel, and you have to do that. So each time I'm taking a breath, I'm coming back to the very same note. You want to have the same exact sound. But again, I haven't. This is an exercise I know from somebody who studied with Tabuto, oboist. He was sort of a Marcel Maurice of the oboe. He was the first oboe in Philadelphia a long time. I have a lot of great students. And then the last section is they call it management of tone and interpretation, or translation of something. They call it conduct, would be the French word. And he takes some famous melodies. Actually, one of the very first sonatas I ever played as a 12-year-old, which went, so on. The first piece of music, real piece of music I ever played. So what does Maurice do? He takes it down a fourth, and we have to play it in the lower, much lower, just. Now here he doesn't write it out for us, but he asks us to play that not just in D major, but D flat. That's not too bad. You just erase the sharps and you put in 5 flats in the key signature. And again, the lower register exercise has been tremendous help for this. And then let's see. So if I wanted to play that in C major. Now it made me realize the good thing about solfege courses I took. You just read it in the tenor clef, and there you're just reading the notes, an octave higher, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so that he's got 5 different melodies to do that with, and it's something it's a tremendous help. I mean, I would say of all the woodwind instruments, ours is probably the most perfect. I mean, these are all mechanically figured out, and now when they sharpen the pitch, of course, they got to move all the tone holes in different places. It's like you can't just move the bridge on the guitar and expect it to play everything in tune, because all the frets are fixed for a certain placement of the bridge. Well, that's like the length of the tubing here, and so I sometimes if I don't feel like playing an exercise to start, or going right to my music or scales or something, I'll take one of the melodies I like. And one of the ones I was just, I don't know, Jack, if you were, one time I was in the Brattleboro, in a church in north of Brattleboro. Maurice gave the seminar, and he picked up his flute. He was 80 years old, and I think Maurice became old, and he was 55 or something. He was an old man for a long time. So when he picked up his flute, and he was so beautiful, just half of us in the class just melted. He said, just 8 measures, and it was like, that was worth the price of a whole week's seminar. And this was the tune. Beethoven Serenade for flute, yes. Viola, and violin. And so that's a wonderful melody, and it's great. there are certain things, especially articulation, which gets harder the lower we go. It's great if you can practice things like the medicine scared, so half step, whole step, and lower. And again, this is, I find, the tongue between the teeth really helpful there. So if you can do it in E minor, that's even harder. You really got to work that pinky. This is my first teacher said, well, you have to slide from E flat and get a little grease out of your nose. Me, I have grease in my nose? What are you talking about? So if you can do it in E minor, it'll be a lot easier in G minor. So it's very, very helpful. I would try to with any melodies you can do. And it's terrific for your ear, and it really, I think the more scales and arpeggios and things you do help. So the carol go. Oh well, we're going to try and play. Well, let's do this one thing with me. That place where I have that bass line. How do we do it for time? Yeah. So this is where I had that bass line that I played before. It's about a third of the piece through. Two bars before C. 2 bars before we go from 3 flats into 1 sharp. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So let's crescendo to the middle of the bar with the innuendo. Yes, exactly. Yeah. 2 bars before the G major. The end of the 3 flats.
You're talking about three
Two
bars
before G. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's all off beats all the time.
There.
Yeah. So that helps. So maybe 5:30. We should take some questions of everybody. We have 3 experts here, and if you don't ask any questions, we'll have answers left over. Yeah.
What was your most influential moment studying with Louise?
Influential moment? Well, I guess the one. I was lucky it was caught in a photograph, but I was in the woodwind seminar after waiting years and years to get into it, and expanded it from 2 woodwind quintets to 3, so there were 15, 5 flutes, 5 oboes, 5, and somehow on his list was the Reich E flat, and people sort of make up their, okay, you the 4 of us, 5 of us are going to do the Reich E flat, and he always liked to approach that piece. And at that point, I had played it like 40 times with the Dorian Quintet, so I was comfortable. The poor clarinet player got very nervous, and I mean, I was always incredibly nervous standing up and playing for Louise, but sitting down, it was comfortable. I was at home, and so he said, "Okay, Kraber, you have a little chamber orchestra. You coach this, conduct it." So somehow, I just got inspired to do it, play the chords really very tenuto, totally sustained, sharp cutoff, and stack these chords. So each one was a little louder as the chords got wider and wider. And then we played the. His class was like this, but with folding chairs in his grandson's studio. And then we went into the fast movement, and I said, finally, how did I know? That was really the way that opening introduction should go. I mean, it's the notes or the flute's note. And then the bassoon. begins its long solo, and then the clarinet starts another solo. And the flute picks up and it goes higher and higher. And I'm playing here, we're all playing, and I notice something's going on over here. I don't know quite what it is. But as I reach the top of this phrase here, Maurice has been wheeling himself over in his little chair. He's kind of coming like this. He gives me this big hug right at the top of the phrase. And this picture was in the Maurice magazine a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, you should all join the Marcel Maurice Society. And
He also, I remember him coming up to you in that chair too. Sometimes he'd be talking about pressing the notes.
yeah.
And you go like this to Kraber. You're really scoochy with him. Press the notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so cute.
So those are the woodwind things were pieces I was in my late 30s. I went till I was through my early 40s. Pieces I'd never played. This big piece, the Gounod 9 winds, the George Enesco double quintet, very romantic. Emile Bernard, a double quintet, kind of a French Mendelssohn piece, and Vincent Dandy, 7 winds, and there's even a Donizetti piece for 9 winds. And, all of these, even the ones without flute, he would do the Mozart and Beethoven octets for winds. He'd do them inside and out. And just full of wonderful, wonderful codes. Some more of that was a little long answer for your question. There were many inspiring moments, many. Yeah. Sometimes there were some that were not, and somebody would not understand what he was saying. My darlings, there is nothing I can do for you. Go and look at the sunset. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Any other ideas or questions? There was a time when we were doing this. Somebody had rented a house up there in Vermont and invited me over and a few other people to play and have dinner. And so he had a library of quartets, and we played the quartets. And something reminded Maurice of the Kulak Quartet. He wanted to hear it. And I said, well, Maestro, we just played it last night. He said, okay, but the music is over at this guy's house. So we went over, got the music, and sat down. And he always, the last movement, let me just see, I don't have it, but something like, something very fast, 2/4. And he always called this was the, you had to keep up, you had to keep it moving because this is the train from the English Channel, the train from Dieppe to Paris, bringing in the fresh fish. And you don't want the fish to spoil before it gets to Paris. So hurry, faster. So this is going to be hopefully a continuing series of the flute conventions. So stay tuned, and there'll be something different. Yeah. Oh yeah.
How would you go about pacing exercises? A lot of them.
Pacing them?
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Well, the low
writing
register
instead of-
exercise, he says, don't do it.
Yeah.
Twice would be way too much. Once a day is fine.
So like exercise.
Yeah. Well, the tonguing ones, I still do I do that every day still. The low register one, after 15 years, I sort of stopped practicing. I mean, I played a few of them for you today, but I stopped doing that. But I think maybe it's the nature of the tongue that it forgets more easily. And if you lay off for a week or 2 weeks or a month, the tonguing is what, the fingers and the tongue will come back much more quickly, so the tonguing is helpful. Yeah.
So
I think the one of the problems in practicing is how to staying interested. And that's what helped with those. I mean, I try and put those things like one of Maurice's favorite melodies. It's an old folk song. Anyway, but you can figure out, you can reduce so many real melodies into a simple structure. Maurice and my wife, who'd gone to the Yale School of Music, playing violin at the time, She said, well, that's just Schenker analysis, which is the, sort of reducing a melody to its skeleton. He said, Maurice was terrific at that. And then you practice the skeleton, you go back to those few notes, and then you come back to play the melody, and it's suddenly easier. You know, and I know that one. There was these little ornaments. And one thing that helps that is not Maurice, but the Reicher exercise. I'd never heard of Reicher before I got to the Maurice classes. So 7 daily exercise is just terrific because it helps you sight reading incredibly. You just hear. So the third, we're doing an upper and lower neighbor of that third note. So on. That's really helpful. Yeah. I mean, so Maurice had a list of his exercises. Yeah. And then, of course, now people say, and I think it's a great idea, especially as you get older, is take breaks. Take breaks. Don't keep at it because everything starts. You never know where it's going to strike next. Well, I could make God laugh. Maybe I wouldn't get a backache. You know. Something. But anyway. All right. Well, thanks very much for coming. I'm just delighted.
Thank you.